Reason why it's harder for non-native English speakers to find jobs English teaching here in
Ding
Japan.
ding.
For today's video, we are going to answer the question, do you need to be a native speaker to teach English in Japan? Let's see! Just to give you a brief background about myself, I'm from the Philippines. I've been teaching here in Japan for the last 5 years, and I'm tagged as non-native English speaker. The native English speakers are the people from Canada, United States, or the UK, or New Zealand, or Australia. So those people are called native English speaker, and the people who are from the Philippines, for example, or from, I don't know, Singapore maybe, or maybe some Asian countries or some South American countries, we are called non-native English speakers. So to answer the question quickly, the answer is yes. Of course, you can be a teacher here in Japan even if you're from a non-native English speaking country. So it's possible. However, it's not gonna be easy. So it's because of variety of reasons, and that's what we're going to talk about today. In Japan, hiring managers hire people based on public perception. So, for example, you are from a certain country and the people from that country has bad reputation in Japan. It's gonna be hard for the hiring managers to actually hire you because of that perception. It is like you become their marketing strategy for people to learn English at their school. And so, for example, you are advertised as the person who is from this country. And because of that, hiring managers are very careful of hiring people based on public perception. For example, Japanese American person, or that person grew up in America and has perfect English, and compared to a blonde girl, the Japanese American would have a harder time to be hired because the cultural perception of Japanese is that they must learn English from a white person with a blonde hair. Cultural perceptions is already ingrained and very hard to ignore, and it's just life. The second reason why it's harder for non-native English speakers to find jobs English teaching here in Japan is because there are more non-native English speakers than the Caucasian ones. In about 7.7 million foreigners here in Japan, only 68,000 are from North America and 72,000 are from Europe. So the rest are non-native English speakers. And so the competition is very high. And for us non-native English speakers, we are actually very competitive. Third reason why it's difficult for non-native English speakers to find an English teaching job here in Japan, it is a long introduction. Third reason, the accent. Hiring companies, they expect somebody to have a standard accent. And the standard accent here in Japan is the American accent. And it's difficult for people from the Philippines, for example, India or Jamaica. I haven't really met people from India and Jamaica here in Japan. I'm so sorry. But yeah, according to my research, it's the accent. Even some British nationals, they are having difficulty dealing with the teachers, Japanese teachers, because the Japanese teachers expect English teachers to speak with American accent. And of course, there are differences with American and British accent, and yeah, that's it. That's life. The correct English here in Japan is the American accent. For my non-native English speakers, residents here in Japan, don't feel disheartened, because there are lots of available opportunities for us here in Japan, and we just have to keep looking. Of course, if you are educated and you have the qualifications, you will have higher chances of getting hired here in Japan. The Japanese community values tests so much. Just for example, if you have CELTA, or if you have 900 plus scores on TOEIC, you will get the respect that somebody would want, yeah. So Japan is a country who values qualifications and proof that you are capable of doing the job. But sometimes it is a sad fact that non-native English speakers work twice as harder as native English speakers, and we are paid less than them because we are non-native. But we all speak English, we can all do the job. And I think that is one of the, what do you call this? One of the discrimination you couldn't get easily rid of, because it is ingrained in the culture. And yeah, that is the sad fact. But to end this video with a positivity, we are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make better days. So let's start I don't know the lyrics, but yeah. So thank you so much for watching my vlog. Thank you. Please subscribe, and if you have any comments or suggestion, please comment down below. I really hate when people say that, but I said it. For today's video, but it's you are our you are our the hiring managers are very careful on hiring based on that image. And it the second, that's the this is where our cut it. Yeah, third reason, it is a long introduction, right? The California that's not